Belize Camping Experience, in a brand new partnership with Guadalupe Media, will air a new show for kids starting this Saturday. But what is Belize Camping Experience, you may ask?
My name is Leah Perez. I'm the director of Belize Camping Experience. Belize Camping Experience is a non-profit organization that works with children and youth right here in the country of Belize. We are a local organization that was birthed in our country with the whole idea to do summer camps and doing follow-up with the kids after the summer camps. That's what we do as a nutshell. Yeah, probably some of you have heard us about Harvest for Kids or Apple for Kids. Thank you for everyone who bought apples last year and who support even the branding of the Circle R and the other products that are branded by Belize Camping Experience. Belize Camping Experience is a non-denominational organization. We work with anyone who wants to reach out to children and youth. Part of our vision is to see Belize changing Belize through the love of Jesus Christ. And how we go about doing that is doing summer camps and doing a lot of leadership training with young people who would give their time on the summer to serve and to literally do camps all around our city. There's around 14 camps that take place every summer, and the projects of the harvest and the apples and the branding, all of that finances goes to support that so we can keep reaching our kids. Part of what we're here today, which is very excited and has been very challenging for us, it was that we were very excited. Every year we do better in our summer camps and the leadership training for the young people. Well, this year, it's our 13th year of camps in Belize.
The pandemic has really shifted their approach to reach out and interact with the children, and it has pushed the organization to find innovative ways by which they can make the summer camp experience as enriching as it was before the lockdown. The director, Leah Perez, and his wife, who is a producer at Belize Camping Experience, Leah Perez, share their adventure for this year.
So my name is Leah Perez, and I am in charge of the children's programming this year at Belize Camping Experience. And I got into that because I was swept off my feet by my husband who brought me to Belize. And we've been doing children's ministry and youth camping ministry for the last 13 years now. And it's something that I'm passionate about and enjoy very much. And so I was very excited this year when we finally got the opportunity, because of COVID, to include more drama and more media presentations into our curriculum. So from last year already, I had already planned, or we had already talked about what we were going to do for our theme this year. And by January, we were pretty much set. So when things shut down, it was a little bit confusing as to what the Lord was trying to do with everything we'd prepared. But once we finally decided that, you know what, let's put this content together so that anyone could take the curriculum and use it in their homes and use it in whatever context they have, then that gave us something to work towards. And it was really exciting because we were able to use that in a few different forms. So first of all, we had our partners we'd usually do camps with. Some of them still did camps since things had opened up towards the summer. Some of them are doing it as Sunday school material. Some of them are doing it as weekend clubs. Then we've also taken it to the next level, and we're trying something called Zoom Camp, and we're meeting with some of the kids that we haven't had opportunity to connect with, and just doing a little bit of a trial on how we might present the curriculum over the platform of Zoom. So that's what's happening this week, and it's pretty exciting. And then we also decided that since we already recorded half of the curriculum anyways, let's finish it up and make a TV program, because our vision is to see Belize change Belize, and we want to reach every single child in the country. So let's put it on TV. And so we're very excited to partner with Guadalupe Media and to get it out there on their different platforms, because we think it's something really important to teach the children.
We were 3 months before the COVID came, and we wanted to keep visioning on how to see Belize changing Belize by reaching the kids. And we had everything ready. We had shirts, we had curriculum. We write our own curriculum. We had even all the volunteers that were going to commit for the whole 3 months. And we were getting in gear when COVID came and says we cannot do camps the way we used to. And we wrestled with it because part of it was we had some really new things to introduce to our young people in the leadership training and even the camps. 3 years ago, we wanted to launch a virtual or TV kids show. And we wrestled with it. One was because we felt that we needed, if we wanted to see our vision unfold in our whole country, that would be one way to go about reaching more kids. But we never had the time. We have been quite involved when it comes to the summer camps, how we go about doing it. We take it very serious that it's a lot of hard work, and we need to prepare our team, raising up the finances, and we just didn't have the time. But COVID came, and what happened was that we went into quarantine, and that's when one of the hardest things for us to do is to put aside what you were doing and to innovate and create something new so that we can continue reaching out to the kids. And it's there where we started taking the same curriculum that was written and adjusting it into do the first kids virtual camp. And it has been incredible to see how our team has caught the vision, and all the volunteers that have been behind, the actors and the people that give us their locations, you know, and they didn't charge us anything so that we can get this production done.
Yeah, so for the kids that were able to get to a camping experience, we still use some of our video content. And what was really amazing is when you get a whole bunch of kids, you know, wearing masks and trying to social distance and everything, it was a really kind of strange experience, but they were willing to embrace it because they're really longing for that personal connection. And so when we were able to put up the videos of some of the skits, it was just silent. And I was counting the number of mouths that were just like hung open. So that was really rewarding. That in itself was rewarding for me, to that, okay, we did something good here. So that was a really neat experience. Again, a new challenge, having to wear masks and social distance, but something that's so important. We need to connect with the kids. The next experience, trying Zoom camps, you know, we didn't know what to expect, you know, if the kids would get bored, but we found some interactive games, and so they were running around their houses, finding toilet paper and animals and coloring books to bring to the screen. We were still able to break up into small groups with our leaders, leading discussions with a small group of children in the camp. So it's definitely something we want to explore more and to get out to more children. But the response from the kids is still amazing. And we are looking forward to seeing what the response will be from the TV show. And I think that the message that is going to be out there is going to be relatable for more than just the kids. And so we're excited to see what God does with that.
There is a history behind this organization, just as any other organization, and a specific reason that prompted the establishment of this movement.
How did the Belize Camping Experience started? How it started, it was a young man who had a vision to work with children, and that was me. I felt growing up, I had a very difficult, rough childhood. I never got to know my dad until this day. My mom left to the US just like many other kids have had, and my mom never came back. And so I was raised I raised with a dysfunctional home, how we would call it. And these trials and these very difficult life growing up brought me to the understanding through God's grace that I could do something for my country because of what I went through. And I put my education, my dreams, business opportunities I had at hand, and I would say 14 years ago I started with this idea of what if we Belizeans can reach our children of Belize, because we know better on how you grow in Belize and the things that our kids go through. And that came into the point where I felt that this is what I wanted to do. When God calls you, you need to go. It's better to be obedient. It's better to be faithful, and God does the rest. And when I came and I was dreaming of starting this, and I went into, it was good that I went to prepare myself to become a full missionary, you would call it. I call myself a missionary who just served my country. And there I met a beautiful lady who had that same dream to work with children, and without her, I could have never done this. So two of us, me and my wife, were able to get it started. We have a board over us. We do not make decisions by ourselves. If this thing is going to succeed, we need to be accountable, and we have a group of board members that guide us. We have a staff know that without them, we could never do what we do. And so the whole Belize Camping Experience is a Belizean movement to see Belize change Belize so that we can reach every child in Belize and can see Belizeans being a positive role model in the Lord. And it doesn't matter who you are, what you have done, or whoever, God wants to use anyone if you're available. And that's how Belize Camping Experience started.
It is so important to reach the children, because I don't think people understand we're not raising children, we're raising adults, and that starts from childhood. And it's the children right now that are affecting the country. It's younger and younger people that we see in the news that are getting involved in the gangs and in the crime, who are responding to poverty. And COVID, as horrible as it's been, it's presented some amazing opportunities to be stuck at home with them and to connect. And so hopefully, maybe by watching this show together, it can create some really great conversation points. You know, what do we believe? Or how can this really help us? Or what are some of the lies that you're believing when we talk about the shield of faith? And, you know, how can we change some things in our family? So hopefully it can be a tool to encourage families, encourage conversations, and it's never too late to start those things. But now is the time, and now is the opportunity, so let's make the most of it.
Every year, they follow a rigorous curriculum based on a specific theme that spiritually enriches a child's development.
This year's theme is the armor of God, and it's so apparent right now. We live in an evil and broken world, and thankfully God has given us everything we need to stand strong until his return, and he will return. So we're very excited to teach the kids about the belt of truth, that you can trust God is real, about the breastplate of righteousness and the shoes of the gospel of peace, about the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit. And so each day we break down those things, and you'll see them presented in many different ways on the TV program. We were excited to highlight different locations that the children might recognize, so that, they can get something that's local content with Belizean volunteers who were able to be a part of the videos and hear it in their own Creole language, some of the stories. So we're really excited to put something new on the airwaves that the kids can hopefully connect with.
Both express their gratitude for those who have contributed to this great cause in one way or another, and they encourage others to continue to lend a helping hand for this movement to live out their vision of seeing an ever-changing Belize through the love of Jesus Christ and engage more children who are tomorrow's leaders of the country.
I have to say, the vision of Belize Camping Experience is not just my vision, it's the vision for many Belizeans now, our staff, our board, and everyone that bought those apples even last Christmas. You are part of that vision. And I hope as you watch this production to realize that there are opportunities not to give up in times like these. As you watch, if God puts in your heart that you want to support something like this, we definitely want you to consider that, because we use the resources of this summer that we were going to do, the summer camps, to develop the content that we have put together today. If we would have done summer camps, we could have never done it, because we would have never had the resources to produce such a content like this. But I hope the kids, families, everyone who watch enjoy it, and we want to really be faithful with the opportunity that we have been given here in Belize to work along with our beautiful people.
One of the encouragements that we have is to let's not worry so much about thinking outside the box, but let's think inside the box of what we do have and not letting everything we don't have to stop us. One of the exciting things was to just Some of the videos, we only had our staff, and so we made it work. We only had what we had on our property in our old costume box to make it work, and we made it work. And so we want to encourage everyone to look at all the many blessings we do have and to make the most of it. Moving forward next year, we're really excited to, hopefully, God willing, go back and connect more with our volunteers, connect in person with the kids like we have done in the past. But at the same time, we don't want to lose the momentum of the opportunity we have working with the media. And it's going to take a team to keep making these productions. And so if this is something that impacts you, if this is something that you think is a good thing, then we encourage you to get involved and to support Guadalupe Media and the work that they're doing, to think about the ways you might be able to support and contribute to these productions of BCE so that we can keep producing local Belizeans children's content to encourage our country as we grow up the next generation.
The new show from the Belize Camping Experience will air at 10 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday on our channel, which can be found on channel 64 on CBC and channel 76 on CCV, or you can catch it live on our Facebook page. We promise the children will be amazed.